Hi everyone, I'm Katrina and my partner is holding the camera. So, Edward obviously, and we've just got back from our long haul travel. It's been a few days, we're in quarantine now, we're staying in Marlow, which is not far from Heathrow in London, and we are trying to detox all that stuff from the long haul travel coming from India, which is supposed to be highly infected, and now coming to the UK. And so now we're here in the UK. We've got to take care of ourselves so that we, maybe if we're carrying anything, try to get rid of everything that we have. So I'm going to do a nasal cleanse, and these are what you need if you're going to follow me on this journey. So a neti pot, which you can probably order online on Amazon, and rubber tubing. Again, I think it's probably available online on Amazon. Look for Ayurvedic cleansing, things like that. You'll find that. Now I'm using black salts, but they're very, very smelly. So I would advise using Himalayan pink salts. They're the best. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open my black salts. Black salts are really, really good if you have constipation, and you can just sprinkle them on top of fruit and eat them first thing in the morning, and it will make you go. So it's, it's got loads of properties that are good for that. So the reason that they're black, because they're not actually black in color, if you can see, they're actually quite pink. But when they're mixed in water, they become black. So I'm just going to add about, if you come and have a look, some salts, because you want to make sure that the, you can smell them. So kind of like that amount of salts. You will know, because if the nose stings like as if you are going for a swim, and when the water gets up your nose, that sort of sensation, that's when you want to have more salts in. So you'll find that there's not enough salt in the water if your nose starts to sting. That's what I find. Now, you don't want to have cold water in, because that's really going to make it sting. So I boil some hot water first, and I just literally add about till it's up to there. But you have to play around with it, What might work for you might not work for other people. So I'm going to go for about that amount of hot boiling water. And then after that, we grab a spoon and mix it up. And, oh gosh, that does stink. And then add some cold water from the tap. And obviously, if you're in a country that cold water is not good to drink from the tap, I would suggest using some mineral water. Okay? And then we're just going to mix that again. Check the temperature. And if it's lukewarm, or just a little bit warmer than lukewarm, then that's about right. And you can taste it too. If it's salty but not too salty, then that's about the right amount that you need. So what I'll do is I'll bring this out to the garden. So we have to choose a good day to do this. When you're doing an neti cleanse, you have to make sure it's a nice clear day. Nice, yeah. It is a nice clear day to do this today, so that's good. I'm gonna hold my rubber thing. And first of all, before I start, I'm going to make sure that my nasal passages are clear, because it's not good to do this when the nasal, when you're blocked up. Basically, avoid it if you're blocked up. I made the mistake in the past to do it when I was blocked up, and it actually gave me a headache. So if you are blocked up, decongest. You can use a spray, and then you can do it. So before I start, just to make things easy, I'll take a seat. I have my bucket, as you can see. 2 fingers in the middle where the third eye is. Just press it up. That's good for like massaging the sinuses. The thumb is over one of the nostrils, for the right nostril. So I inhale first till the top, squeeze a couple of seconds, and then out the other nostril. I do this about 2 or 3 times just to make sure that the air passages are clear. And then I inhale through the right nostril, hold, exhale through the left. Again. Hold, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Hold and exhale through the left. One more time each side. And then I'm ready to do my nasal cleanse. So it's going to get messy, and I'm going to be very vulnerable in this stage. First of all, actually, you can actually put the rubber tubing inside the warm water just to make it easy so that you can actually put it down your nose. So holding the rubber tubing with one hand, because you don't want to get it all dirty. I'm now going to place the bucket underneath me, and this nozzle here will go through my right nostril to begin with. So it goes in. Lift the bucket up a bit. Sorry. Make sure I have half left. Don't inhale anything, make sure it all comes out. Right, it's best to do Indian style actually, which is on the floor in Malasana. Alright, so now I've still got a bit to go down, so I'm going to continue with the right nostril. Do not inhale. Always inhale through the mouth, but
through the nose.
Get rid of it through the nose. So now we're going to do the other side. Sometimes it helps to stand and just let the head dangle down, and then come back to Malasana. I think I'm pretty much done with that. You don't want to get down to the bottom because that's where it stings. The salt gathers there. So now for the fun part. Haha. I get the rubber tubing. There are two ends to the rubber tubing. So one part has got like a part that is kind of bulby, it's pointy, and the other part, which is this part, has got a hole in it. So you don't want to put that up your nose. This part's designed to go up your nose. Okay, so I'm going to use I'll start with my left nostril. So I'm really going to feed this in my left nostril. Tilt the head up a little bit. Might make you gag. I've done this a lot, so I'm okay with it. And when you feel it come down your throat, over to your mouth,
Well done.
Wow.
Okay. Cool.
It really is rather gross. Now we do the other side. Just use your own fingers. Don't worry about it. It's actually really good for you. Okay, now the other nostril. So tilt the head back a little bit. Open the mouth. Pull out.
So it's 5 seconds.
It makes you gag. It's not a nice experience. It's really gross, but it's really good for you. Okay. So I'm gonna clear my stuff and I'll come back to you in a second. Okay, so I've done my neti pot and now I'm on my yoga mat. So like we did outside, the breathing technique, the pranayama, you want to use your 2 fingers again and just press the top of between your eyebrows. And like we did before, inhale through the left nostril, hold up, exhale out through the right, inhale through the right. You'll notice a difference. Exhale out through the left. There's a sense of clarity with the breath. It's not like stuck. You might find that you get some stuff coming down the back of the throat, so always have tissue with you and spit it out. Now we're going to go either into a child's pose, so it's getting the head down to the ground, forehead to the ground. Just to test, because sometimes there'll be water still up there. Breathe a few times here. And then maybe coming onto our fours. Move the head a bit. Up and down. Do a cat-cow. You can see I'm dripping still. Inhale. And exhale. And if you're able to, tuck the toes under and push yourself into a downward dog. That will really test you. Just allow the water to drip. It's just the salt waters that are still inside. Head up and down, that helps as well. And then coming back onto your knees. And then maybe another child's pose. Do whatever you feel is right. And then come up. Blow your nose again if you need to. Do not try and sniff it back in. And then just breathe. You can always have your hands open up to receive energy. There is a clarity in breath. And it's also good to know that you've washed all that stuff out. So that is my neti pot procedure, and I don't do it every day. I do it when I know I've been in a place that has a lot of contaminants. So we've been traveling through airports, we've been traveling through lounges and all kinds of things, meeting all kinds of people. So it's a good idea to do a washout when you're in interaction with a lot of people, especially during this pandemic. So you want to keep yourself healthy, and we take in a lot of stuff when we breathe in, so we want to make sure we get rid of it as much as we can. So the neti pot and also the rubber tubing. Actually, I'll tell you one thing. The rubber tubing is one thing that's actually stopped me from getting sinus problems, because I was chronic sinusitis sufferer, and I had to use the Afrin, the Sudafed, the Vicks inhalation, the spray, and having done the neti pot with the rubber tubing during my yoga teacher training, that has been the only thing that has stopped me from having to actually purchase one of those sprays again, because those sprays are really addictive and they're only meant to be used as a short-term solution. So if you suffer from sinusitis, try and get yourself one of those rubber tubing things, and it might be helpful if you can get hold of a yoga teacher, especially one who's trained in India, if you don't feel comfortable, or talk to me. We can help you with how to get it down your nostril. And bear in mind, not everyone finds that easy. You can either do it or you can't, or sometimes it just takes time. The first time is not easy. It may you gag, and there's been a lot of cases with a lot of my myself included. I could only actually do my left nostril to start with. My right nostril was totally bung, and if you're bung solid and completely blocked up, don't even go there because it's going to hurt. So only do it when the air passages are clear. So I even would suggest purchasing one of those nasal sprays when you're blocked up, to then do the neti cleanse and then get the rubber tubing down you. That might be a way around it. So, you know, I wish you all the best of luck with that. And thank you for watching. This is Kat and Ed's Health and a Shoestring. We hope to bring you more information on health in the future. Namaste. See you soon.